What is up, you guys? It's your boy John here from Puma Plow. How's everybody doing? Thanks so much for clicking on this video. Welcome to the Pinckneyville, Illinois farm show. Guys, they did do some horse plowing. I didn't get any video of it for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not really sure. I was kind of slacking. We had just gotten there and they were out in the field plowing, but it's kind of like there's so much going on, you just don't know what to film. And you can't film all of it because I only had one camera. So, actually I had three there, but you know what I'm saying. So guys, this is what you call horsepower right here. This is awesome, actually. This is really cool. This is the first time I've ever actually seen this in operation. They are using the horses, obviously, to turn that thing. There's probably a very technical name for this, but the thing, and it has a gear reduction, and there's a drive shaft coming out that actually runs this old threshing machine. This is a very awesome farm show. Like I said, it's in Pinckneyville, Illinois. We went on the Saturday, so if anybody was actually there, you know, we're around, and this is awesome. So you can see the drive shaft coming out, drives the flat belt, and goes up to the threshing machine. Basically, if you guys don't know, a threshing machine is kind of like an early combine. It's part of what the combine does nowadays. It does the threshing part, which was taking the whole plant of wheat and separating the straw from the grain. So here's a little bit different threshing machine. This one is actually powered by a tractor, not by horses. You can see the tractor down there, and they have the big flat belt running up to it. This is how they used to farm back in the day, guys. This is it right here. This is how you would thresh your wheat out from, you know, you'd separate the wheat and the grain, the straw and the grain. You can see right here, actually, those green buckets. That's where the wheat's actually coming out, the actual grain, and then the straw, of course, is coming out on that conveyor on the left there. And it was pretty awesome. It's kind of messy and a little dusty over by all this, but this is just awesome old farming, and they put it on and they show you how they used to do it. And you can see all that straw. It's a lot of straw. And sorry for shaky cam through all this. I didn't have my tripod with me. It was in the car. I don't know why I didn't grab it. Totally should have. Next year I'm gonna have like a monopod or tripod or something. Gotta have something. But you can see that straw just puking out of this machine. It's pretty awesome. Seeing this old technology in use actually is really cool. And this was, you know, cutting edge back in the day, and this is, you know, how you got farming done back in those days. So it's pretty neat. You can see they have bundles of wheat. They go out in the field with another machine, actually an ancient machine, and it would like cut the wheat and bundle it. And I don't think I happened to see any of those over there. I'm sure they were around somewhere. But like I said, there's so much at this show. It's hard to see it all. We were only there on the Sunday. It was a 5-day show this year or something, so it was crazy. But you can see all of the moving parts on these old threshing machines. That's the interesting part to me is, you know, somebody was smart enough to come up with this way back in the day to make this all work, and then they worked pretty good. So guys, this is a Super MTA Farmall. My grandpa actually had one of these tractors, and you can see the flat belt. This is running to a stationary baler. This is how they used to bale straw back in the day, to make small square bales of straw. I guess you could put hay in there as well, but in this case they are using straw. And that's, like I said, that Super MTA. Grandpa actually had one. Did not like it. Did not like it at all. I had a lot of problems with it. So you can see the baler is running now. It's so cool. It's so cool to see this old stuff running. To be honest, I could probably be happy 4 or 5 days at this show. Just seeing this old stuff run every day is so cool. So they're taking the straw from that threshing machine next door, and they will be throwing it into this baler here in a second. They actually have to put the wire ties, is wire-tied bales, put the wires on manually. That's what that person in red is standing there to do. You can see this guy here. This was his dad's baler. He owns this baler now. And you can see they're going to start throwing the straw right in there. And the plunger comes down, and then the plunger goes back and forms your bale. So it's very cool. You know, ancient technology. I'm not sure what year this was from, actually. That piece of paper hanging right there on it would have told me what year it was, but I didn't get close enough to check it out. So next year, guys, I will be hopefully we'll be going again on the Saturday, because the Saturday is when everything happens at this show, and it's a good time. So I did take the drone. All right, so what you see here is 3 different threshing machines on kind of screen left, and then 3 tractors. That one in the center there that's making all the smoke, that is a steam engine. The next one up is diesel. I think that's what you call an oil pool, something like that. I don't totally know. And then that bottom one, I'm not sure what that actually is. Because I was flying the drone, I wasn't actually close to these. And I do want to say, we can kind of play Where's Waldo here, guys. If you see me in any of these drone shots, leave a comment and say, at this time, you're wherever on the screen. Yeah, there is going to be 3, maybe 4, probably 3 videos of this show that I will put out. This is just video 1, guys. There will be more through the week. So if you want to see more stuff like steam engine plowing, perhaps, stay tuned this week, guys, and there will be more. But right now we're just going to kind of chill and watch the threshing machines run. You can see that center one, they just fired it up. They've got 2 wagons of straw there, of wheat actually, so the whole thing. But I was just amazed by all the smoke out of these steam engines. I didn't realize when you actually get them chugging, get them working, how much black smoke they actually blow. It was kind of impressive, to be honest, and very neat. And seeing it from the sky here with the drone just made it even better to me. So, why not? It was very cool, and I liked it quite a bit. Next year, looking forward to the show already. Can't wait. So you can see they're revving her up, getting that flat belt just a rolling. It's amazing the speed that those old steamers actually run, and I'm not sure the horsepower rating on this one. It's got to be pretty good size, because they did some other stuff with this particular engine as well, and kind of impressive. So here you go, going back over to the threshing machines, and those boys are throwing the whole wheat in there in those bundles again, and that machine will separate it all out. You can see they have a little old auger wagon, that green wagon there on the bottom left. That is where the wheat is actually going, and you'll see it here in a second. This one kind of like builds up the wheat and then lets it all out at once. I'm assuming it was to put it in bags back in the day, because that's how they would have done that. Some machines would go to bags, some machines would go to like a wagon. So you can see the straw blows out on the left there, that big pipe, and it'll just go into a pile. They baled it up later. I don't think I have any footage of that. They actually brought a John Deere old tractor and a baler. I was trying to look for it to see if it was on the screen, but it wasn't. When we were watching some plowing later on, they were baling it up. But there you can see that wheat just collecting in that wagon there. And realistically, you can go through 2 wagons of wheat pretty quickly. I mean, they're keeping her fed, and you can see basically it's a dual fed, so you can put a wagon on each side and keep going. So you can just really hammer it out. Actually, it's putting out quite a bit of straw there through that blower tube there, and it's just so cool. I thought it was so cool to watch, and I had to kind of stay up. If you look, I'm kind of up high. I didn't want to get in that dust. That dust in the drones, I wouldn't want to do that to my drone. So, but you can see screen right there. You can see the horsepower thing we were just watching. So, kind of all over here in the same area where we were at, and this is just a very small portion of the show. This the threshing, and this is the plow field right over here, kind of behind me and to the left of the drone, and yeah, it's just very cool. The one thing I will say about the show is it's amazing watching all the contraptions that people build to move people around. I think that was my favorite part of the show. I mean, the plowing was really cool too, which we will see in a future video. But watching all the contraptions that people build to move people, I even saw people riding in a manure spreader. Okay. It's like, and I don't blame them. Nobody wants to walk. It was kind of warm, and it's a big show spread out over a pretty good area, and so why not build a people mover of any kind? It's pretty funny, all the different apparatus. We actually rented a golf cart from the show. You can rent a golf cart for whatever money, and it was really nice to have that, so we didn't have to walk a bunch, and carrying the drone around would have sucked. So having a golf cart, we could just ride out to the car and get it and put it back in the car when we were done. It very handy. And definitely worth any money that it cost. I think it was around $50, but it was definitely worth it to have the golf cart. So we're just going to sit here and watch the threshing continue, guys. And I will come back when we get to the next clip, which will be in just a second. But I thought this was so cool just to watch it from the air. It's so neat. And actually right now, guys, they're getting that top thresher rolling too. They're starting to feed the weed into that one. So it'll be blowing straw in just a second as well. But like I said, I'll come back when we're to the next clip. Alright, you guys, this is what you call 1 horsepower. This is a little tiny threshing machine of some sorts where it would just separate the grain from the straw, but it blows it all down into a box together, and then you kind of fish it out with a pitchfork and separate it out. But this is what's called a treadmill. Obvious reasons it's a treadmill, like you would walk on, you know, these days. But this is 1 horsepowered treadmill. It's pretty neat. This is the first time I've ever actually seen one in use. I don't know how old this thing is. It's ancient though. It's all wooden, and it's very cool. Very, very cool to see it in action. But you can see here in a second they're gonna start throwing some straw. Or actually, it's the whole wheat plant, not just straw. The whole wheat plant into that. I guess you call that a little thresher. Little separator of sorts kind of thing, and it will be spitting it out. There it is now, a little bit, and that horse would just stand in there and walk and power whatever you had running. You could run all kinds of different stuff with the flat belt, but in this case they had this little kind of threshing machine going here, and it's so neat to watch this old stuff. And yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to get to actually go to this show. And there you can see now they're gonna feeding it in. It separates it all out. It's so cool, and it's really neat that people put on these shows for people to come and see this old stuff in action. So highly recommend, guys, to go to this show. It's Pinckneyville, Illinois, and it's a lot of fun. They also run a show in October, but it's not as spectacular as this one, I've been told, so it's a lot less. But yeah, so next August, guys, highly recommend going. Until then, I do appreciate you all watching, and they're gonna back this horse out now in just a second here. But I do appreciate y'all watching. Please hit that like button for more. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And until next time, I'm your boy John from Puma Plow. Thanks for watching, and toodles.